Hey guys, I'm really happy welcoming you all to yet another video of Tech Rec. This is Marzook here, and in this video we're going to see about installing an SSD in my PC. But before getting any further, I would like everyone to like, share and subscribe my channel, and also hit the bell notification icon in case anything pops up in the future. So without any further ado, let's get into today's content. In my last video, I had said that my PC lacked a big component, or even can say I had a big downfall with this particular PC, and that is the lack of SSD. And if people who hadn't seen my last video, please go and check it out. So when you have a PC, or when you assemble a PC which has a good CPU, a good GPU and a good number of other components, but when you are having a hard drive as the major, or even can say the primary drive, you can feel the essence of time playing in your mind, because SSD is far more faster. And last year when I had made the decision to omit the SSD out because of my low budget, till today I regret that decision, and it's a big mistake on my part, I'll really agree. But the faster the better. So I had the opportunity to grab an SSD at this point in this pandemic. So let me install it, let me run a few tests, and I'll show you how phenomenal is the performance range from a hard drive to an SSD. I'm not going deep into how the installation process works or what is an SSD or anything about, maybe that's for another day. But let me finish it in short, let me install it first, and then let us get into the test and make you see what is the real difference is all about. So we do have the SSD from Agile, and it is the 256 GB variant, and the model name is AM280. It's a SATA version of the M.2. It's the second generation of the hard drives, maybe the first generation in SSDs, and this actually comes with a 3-year warranty. And about this name I'm not heard that much, but this is all I could salvage in this pandemic. And seeing on the back side, we also do have the write speeds, and read speeds, where the read is up to 550 MB per second and the write is from 450 MB per second. And also there is a comparison of the chart with the SSD and the HD. It is quite funny, but I guess there is a paramount amount of upgrade comparatively from a hard drive. And this is how the SSD actually looks. It is very sleek, it's very durable, and the power consumption is very mild compared to a hard drive. And let's now install this in our system and see how it does. So the installation is done, but it wasn't as simple or easy as I have given a demo in the video, because the first lot when I installed it, the BIOS didn't pick up the SSD. So it was perfectly powered up, I could see that, but there was some issues with the BIOS, recognizing the SSD. So I ran a few diagnoses and it was not helpful too. And at last I even thought of updating the BIOS, but when a BIOS is running perfectly in your system and you are updating it, the probability of it diagnosing the problem is much more less than creating a new ones. And moreover, I had my Windows version of it installed in the BIOS. The keys is fed into the BIOS. So when I'm upgrading the BIOS, I would be losing that key too. So I was like literally breaking my head, and I didn't know what to do. So that is when I've realized that it has another M.2 slot. So I had to remove the graphics card. I found that M.2 slot, and it was the last resort. So I had no other option. And even at a point of time, I even thought that the SSD was defective. So it was very frustrating. And at last, I had time, and I removed the graphics card. I did the installation of the second slot, and to my relief, the BIOS actually picked it up. and as it picked up, I rebooted it, I installed all the apps back, and as it is done right now, let me run a few tests. So the SSD has been installed and we are just running a few tests, and the first test that we are ever going to see is the booting test, of course. And on the right hand side we have the PC with the SSD, and on the left hand side it is before installing the SSD. So you can actually see that the Windows password screen had already popped up on the right hand side, and once I do it, there will be a number of applications that is going to load up, and the last application being Discord. So right now, if you can see, Steam has already loaded in this time, and in some time the Discord is also going to pop up, where on the left hand side you still see that the screen is struggling to bring up the password typing, and after I enter it, the amount of time that it is going to take to get on with the apps is going to be phenomenal. Whereas in the right hand side you can see it just took around 50 to 55 seconds for all the applications to be done and ready for use. So this is where you have all the frustrations and other things coming out, especially when hard drive is the primary drive. So you can see only in 3 minutes and 30 seconds around the Discord is opening, and the difference can be felt more when you are actually gaming. Let's see some few tests. So for the write speeds, I'm actually selecting a video from my own computer, and first I'm copying it in the internal hard drive that I'm having right now from my external hard drive, and to see just the amount of speed it actually performs when writing on a hard drive and an SSD. So this is right now writing on a hard drive. So it is quite fast, but compared to an SSD, it is very much slower. And the same file I'm actually copying in an SSD, and you can see the difference right now. So it's tada, done, over. Coming to conclusion, you definitely can see from the test that what an upgrade from the hard drive to an SSD actually does, and definitely it is going to be quite an improvement. And coming to the area of topic where you can ask me how is the third and fourth generation of the SSD going to perform, yeah, it definitely is going to perform really great, because the latest fourth generation M.2 NVMe from Samsung, the 980 EVO, has a write speeds of around 4 to 5000 MB per second. That is actually quite really high. But when you see all the reviews, when you do your researches and everything, the 3rd generation of SSDs doesn't have that much of big difference when it comes to rebooting, or even when your loading speeds in game is concerned. The speeds that they are prescribed and the amount of speed that is being given actually depends upon the workstation apps, and it is totally performing according to the individual apps or anything. where you can see the drastic level of performance rated or anything. So for me, if you're just a gamer and you just have a purpose of gaming alone, I would prefer you to even go for a SATA version of an SSD or SATA version of an M.2 inside your system, or even the third generation, which is going to give you much more space compared to something you're spending a lot with a lesser number of space. So I guess that is the video for now, for today, and I hope you guys have enjoyed it, the content what I'm giving it to you. And in the next video we are going to see a lot bigger improvement in the particular in my PC. I'm going to do another upgrade, so wait for it. But waiting for it, I would have you guys to even like, share and subscribe my channel, and also hit the bell notification icon for the next video. When it is coming up, you will be notified. And that's it for now. Stay safe in this pandemic. I hope you guys are taking the necessary steps to ensure a smooth sailing at this point of time. And signing off, Marzook here from TechRec. Bye.